Hello and welcome to Cat's Kookery. This is a recipe I've never done before, so I'm a little bit nervous, but hopefully it'll turn out well. It's stuffed butternut squash. Enjoy the show! Hello and welcome to my cooking show. Today I will be cooking stuffed butternut squash. For this you will need a butternut squash, some bacon, couscous, stock of some kind. I'm going to be using a pepper because I have one left over, garlic, salt and pepper. You should begin by preheating your oven, something I always forget to do. I'm going to put it on about 200 degrees Celsius. The first step is to cut the butternut squash in half down the centre, so I'm using my very big knife for this. This can become a little uneven and I would recommend doing it a little bit neater than I have, but it doesn't really matter for me because one of us eats a lot more than the other. So now you need to take a scraper or a spoon. I tend to prefer to use a pumpkin scraper to take out all the seeds. Now you should have something that looks like this. But if you're like me and not very good at cutting it, or if you've got one that's a bit shallow in terms of where the seeds are, you can cut a little trough like this to put the couscous in, so you can stuff it more. Now I'm going to take a smaller knife and just cross-hatch the squash a little bit so that it cooks well. Now it's time to season the squashes before they go in the oven. So just a little bit of salt, pepper and a little bit of oil. Now it's time to pop these in the oven for about 20 minutes. Now while those are cooking we can make a start on the bacon and the vegetables. Now you want to take somewhere between 4 and 6 rashers of bacon, depending on how many of you there are and how hungry you are. You just want to cut them into little bits. Some people might prefer to use lardons or prosciutto, but I'm a poor student, so I'm using Tesco Value bacon. Then we're going to dice the pepper, or whatever vegetables you've chosen. Now it's time to fry the bacon in the pan, and we will add the pepper in a bit. Now that the bacon's really got going, you can hear it. When it starts to brown, it's time to add the peppers. While that's going, we're going to start making the couscous. So for this you need roughly between 100 and 200 grams of couscous. I'm just putting that in a pan. In addition to this, we need to make up our stock. We need about enough water to just cover the couscous. Once this is done, you need to add whatever spices you want. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and pepper of course, just a little bit of garlic. Now transfer this onto a lower heat. Put this on here because we need to bring this up to boil. My bacon and peppers are now done, so I'm going to take this opportunity to cut them into smaller pieces. By now your couscous should be about done, so you take the lid off, have a look. If it looks like that, it's done, so you fork it through. Now it's about the time we add all of the peppers and bacon to the couscous. Just fork it through. Here's the point where I'm going to taste it, just to check it tastes alright. Not bad, but could do with a little bit more seasoning. Now having tasted that, I've decided it needs a little bit of lemon juice. Much better. By now, hopefully, your butternut squashes should be ready to come out of the oven. Let's just have a look. Now I'm just going to take a fork and quickly scrape through the butternut squash to check if it's done. I'm just going to take a teaspoon and take the oil that's collected here and just put it over there to help these cook a little bit better. Now it's time to add the couscous. I want to stuff these with the couscous, as I have done here, pushing down with the back of the fork on them to ensure that you get every little bit of cranny. Now it's time to put these back in the oven for another 5 minutes. After about 10 minutes, you should be able to smell it. Lovely bacony smell. And it should look something like this. Lovely.